Hello, welcome back to the channel, guys. It's Friday, 4:17, 9 o'clock in the morning. Markets and pre-market. Tesla is skyrocketing right now. It's gone up. How much has it gone up in the last couple of minutes? Um, it is up to 396, so it has gone up $7.31 in pre-market. Whoa, which is good, but I've got to play some defense things because of my covered calls, but we'll get into that later. This video is very important. It's about mindset. I've been thinking about this, like, why are people stuck? So the title of this is Sick of Being Stuck, Become a Creator, Not a Consumer. So I look around, I'm like, why are people still like just stuck in, going to the job they hate, doing all the stuff they dislike? And it's all about mindset, man. It is all about mindset. And you see, if you ask yourself, are you a consumer or are you a creator? And I'm not talking about creating like songs or being a dancer. I'm talking about creating anything. In my example, I create wealth, and I'm creating videos to help people that might feel the same way I used to feel, stuck. So let's get into this real quick. Let me ask you something. Do you ever feel stuck? Everybody's going to say yes, pretty much. Like you're doing the same things every day. Nothing really changes, but you can't quite figure something out. I'll tell you why. Because there are two types of people in the world, creators and consumers. And most people are consumers. And let me kind of walk you through what a consumer life is. First of all, our entire life we've been lying through school. They just want you to become a cog in the wheel, a worker, go to school, go to college, buy a house, get married, and consume. It's pretty much what everybody's been brainwashed their entire life. So instead of being the cog in the wheel, why don't you start being the wheel? So and like some of the signs of being a consumer, which it shouldn't be too hard to figure out. But say, like, if you dislike your job and you're working for a weekend, you're waiting to go to a concert, a game, those are the highlights, and you're psyched about the vacation. Yes, everybody's excited about the vacation, but when you become a creator, the vacation is just, you kind of want to hurry it up to get back to what you're creating. So once you get out of this consumer mindset where your fun times have to do with buying stuff or doing something, and also this is really, if you have this consumer mindset your entire life, when you retire, you really won't have anything to do because you're bored now. Like you're not going to a job you hate anymore, but at the same time, you don't know what to do. So if you become a creator, and I mean, you've got to fall in love with two things: the progress that you're making, and the process that does that. So all creating is picking something that you want to do. You can make a business. You can, create anything, like help other people. Create wealth. Say dog walking service, that's creating something that you enjoy doing and you like seeing the progress of it grow. When you fall in love with that kind of thing, it's amazing. Like look at Warren Buffett. I mean, he worked up until his 90s. Same with Charlie Munger, which are the two top investors, and because they're not chasing the thing to make them happy. They're chasing the process and the actual job that they like to create. So back in the day, I used to be a really good triathlete, probably top 100 in the world for long distance stuff back in 2000 and 2001. And I really liked creating, that part I was creating my, getting in shape to be able to do these things. So I fell in love with the actual process of training and all that, and kind of micro dive into that. The one part that, had trouble on early on was, hills, like running up hills or biking up hills in a triathlon. And then I had a mind shift. I'm like, all right, what if I tell my mind I love climbing hills? And then I did that for, a while. I fell in love with that. And I ended up loving to climb hills. I looked forward to hills in a race because I took what I kind of disliked and made it what I loved. And that's the same thing with the creating stuff. You got to find something that you know, love to do and make the process, fall in love with the process, fall in love with the progress. And once you have that shift, and you really got to have a whole, it's almost like everything you see at once. It just one time, it just all clicked in my head, probably like 10 years ago. And I'm right around the time I got laid off or forced to resign from my, lifelong career. And I had to start from scratch. So there has to be something that you like to do, and you have to fall in love with the discipline, the day after day discipline, getting up in the morning and doing it. And once that happens, everything else will open up. I didn't look at any of my notes so far, but let's go. I mean, I think, it's all about mindset. I can't stress this enough. If you don't think differently than the rest of the herd, you're going to be like the rest of the herd. Being stuck doesn't mean you're lazy. It doesn't mean you're not trying. It usually just means you're spending too much time consuming and not enough time creating. A good example for me, I quit drinking over a year ago. I mean, I've cheated once or twice, but now I go out and I still want to hang out with my friends, so I go to the bars and just don't drink. So I'm watching them consume instead of me consuming. So if you just think about consuming, like buying everything every day, and to compare it to how much you're creating, and if it's most people consume way more than they create, and if you switch that, it'll be awesome. Think about a normal day for most people. Wake up, check your phone, scroll, watch videos, go to work, come home, watch Netflix, scroll again. It's not building anything. That's just passing time. You are watching other people on YouTube creating things while you're sitting there consuming it. So you want to be the person creating things. And then people wonder why nothing changes, right? You're doing this day after day. You work for the weekend to consume, go out with your friends, party it up, whatever you do. You just, if you like, so on the weekends, if you want to like hike or whatever, that's awesome. It clears the mind. But if you could figure out, if you really enjoy hiking or biking, if you could figure out a way to create that and make money off of that, and, instead of just consuming all these things, if that makes sense. There are two types of people in the world, consumers and creators. Consumers look for comfort, look for distraction, watch other people win. Sit back. Creators build, produce, take control of their life. They don't wait for opportunity, they create it, right? And being a creator doesn't mean you need to be some big entrepreneur. It just means you produce more than you consume. So I'm trying to do that right now. My living situation is pretty crappy at the moment. Since me and my sister take care of my mom, it's my sister's house. I live in the basement. Yeah, you can rag on me for living in the basement. But it's allowing me to live way below my means to create this wealth right now. And so shortly, I'm not going to be doing that anymore. But if there was a way to stop spending money, and just once you see this, it doesn't even matter. I don't care what people think of me. And that's another thing you need to get out of your own mind. Stop living for other people. Live for yourself. Look at the people at the top of any field. Warren Buffett, 93 years old, just stepped down. Charlie Munger died, but same thing. He worked till he died, which it's not work if you enjoy it, right? They didn't need the money. They stayed because they loved the process. Same thing with Elon Musk. Same thing with Tom Brady. They didn't chase comfort. They chased work. And I'm not saying, got to work a million hours a week, but I'm saying you got to, if your work becomes what you enjoy doing on your off time, then you've won the game, man. And right now, trying to build this channel and, still crush stock option trading. And then I can help maybe a couple people change their mindset into sitting stuck and actually doing something. And that's where most people get it wrong. They think the goal is comfort. It's not. Comfort is what keeps you stuck. So this is what, you want to come home and just chill out and watch Netflix all the time. Most of the time I come home, I'm watching YouTube on finance things and documentaries. I just try to be a sponge and learn everything I can every day and try to figure out how to make that into creating into the world. The real shifts happens when you stop chasing comfort and you start chasing progress. So like I said, the process of your process that you're doing every day, discipline, and then you see progress from that process that you created, and then you just continue snowballs, and it changes your life. When you get addicted to the progress, you don't need motivation anymore. You need someone to push. You don't need someone to push you. Like, I don't need anybody to push me to do anything. I try to find things to do, even though it's been kind of boring lately since I've been out of work a little bit. But I'm creating these videos and this is awesome. You actually want to do the work. And it's not work. Like every day I wake up, I check the market. That's not work. That's just kind of like my routine now. Have coffee, check the market. It's 9:14. I got 16 minutes before the market opens. Might have to do some tweaking today of some positions. For me, it's simple. It's not about hitting some huge number. I don't give a crap of $30 million in my account. It's making the clean trade, staying disciplined, being calm when things move. That's what I enjoy, the whole process of doing this. Not even the actual money, because I don't even use it. I just put it back into investing. It's the process, doing something right over and over again. It's not gambling, it's not luck, it's not repetition, it's precision and control for what I'm doing. Most people think repetition is boring. I think it's freedom. So what do you want to change your mindset for? To build something, create something, and be free. Free of all the rules that society told you that are pretty much wrong. To be happy. All right, let's go jump down this getting happy thing. So happy, there's many definitions of what happiness is, right? My level of happiness, I thought about when was the time in my life where the most happiness, and it's probably when you're a kid, right? Unless you grew up in some crazy environment, and for some of it I did too. But I remember just not having a worry in the world when it snowed outside. I was 5 years old, just playing in the snow, no responsibility. So my thing is be a creator, find a thing that you love to do and love the process, and then downsize on your responsibilities, right? If you don't, I don't own a home anymore. I don't have to maintain that, less responsibilities. Pets, obviously I had a dog. That's a big responsibility, but that brought joy to my life, so that was worth the responsibility. Kids, I would say before having kids, I'd probably make sure you find your niche in life. What are you, like if you're creating something and you're totally in love with what you're doing, and you're financially free from it, or you create all this, enough to survive, then having kids is a good time. But obviously having kids when you hit your minimum wage job and you just live to get drunk and whatever, that's probably not the best time to have a kid. But, what do I know? I never had kids. Yeah, minimum wage. We'll do another thing about minimum wage. I don't know why people always complain about the minimum wage. Dude, I've literally been on minimum wage for maybe a month of my life. My first bagging grocery job made $3.25 an hour. In 2 months, I got a dime raise. So that was the last time I was on minimum wage for 2 months. And these people complaining about minimum wage. Like, I don't, maybe we'll do a whole thing on like move to where the jobs are, get a new skill, go back to school, whatever it is. I wouldn't even go back to school, but learn it on YouTube or whatever. There's so many ways that to not be broke these days, and it's your mindset holding you back. It's nobody else to blame except for you. You can do whatever you want. It's just what one person can do, another person can do, and the mindset is the number one thing to change in your life, to not be stuck. But there's another problem. Most people don't want to give up consuming. It feels good to get an Amazon package every 3 seconds a day. It feels good to buy a new car, right? I've bought many new cars because it's easy, it's comfortable, it feels good in the moment. But if you ever notice the new car high, the rush you get from buying a new thing wears off, and the more you buy, it wears off faster and faster and faster. What I tell you about when you create stuff, it's a way more rewarding. But anything you buy doesn't move your life forward, right? It just temporarily gives you dopamine high. You don't build anything by watching other people build. Like, all these people watching the Kardashians get loaded. I can't stand. I've never watched that show in my life. Like, you sitting there watching the Kardashians, sorry ladies, is the biggest waste of time. You're making them rich when you could be out doing it yourself. I wouldn't say do the same thing, but I'd say create something. And this isn't some massive life overhaul. It's small changes of, instead of scrolling, build something. Instead of watching, learn something. Instead of waiting, do something. It's just staying in motion. Even if it's 15 minutes a day, learn something you didn't know yesterday. That's how it starts. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to shift from consuming to creating. That is all it takes. Because once you make the shift, everything changes. Your mindset changes, your habits change, your results change. If you stay disciplined doing something every day, you're going to get good at it. Especially if you love it. And then you see progress. It's another dopamine hit on top of the discipline. You just keep, I guess working out is probably what more people can understand. You see little progress every day in your body and you keep doing it. It's like that, but do it for something you love to do to make, a job or, do it that way where you're bringing an income somehow. You like pets, start a dog watching. You're creating a dog walking service, create a service. Just do something that you like, and if you do it over and over again and you enjoy the process and then see the progress, you are going to be addicted to that, and there's no way you can fail when you think like that. I'd rather spend my time building something real than watching someone else do it, right? If this hits hard, subscribe. This is what this channel is about. Not just trading, about truth, about mindset. I guess I get a lot of my mindset from being a competitive athlete back in the day, and I really take that forward to everything else. Again, the motto that changed my life: if one person can do it, another person can do it. Right? If one person built this business, one person is successful at trading, one person, obviously sports is a little different, but if one person can do these things and you have all the physical means that you can follow that person, then why can't you? It's stupid not to. Sitting at home, saying you have all these excuses, oh, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have kids, yeah, it's going to be more challenging, but you can do anything you want. Just watch Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? That guy sleeps like friggin' 3 hours a night, or used to. The guy didn't even understand English, became a friggin' actor, a governor. That guy, he just wanted it more than anybody else. It's so easy, especially in the United States. It's so easy once you change your mind. I know I'm going down this rabbit hole, but I really need you guys to understand that if you feel stuck, there's multiple ways out. You just have to change the way you think about everything. Um, God, maybe I'll start holding a think about how to exercises to change your mind to think differently. Um, but anyway, that is it. I hope this helped somebody out there. Leave a comment, and tell me what you want to hear. Anything different. Again, I'm not a guru of everything. I'm not a financial advisor, but I do know what has helped me. Anyway, that is it. Have a great Friday. Good weekend. We'll see you Monday. Boom.